Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you the card that I made for the Stamp and Hob blog hop that I was on last Friday. And the theme of it was sort of girls and boys, sort of children. So it was like do something for the kids. So I made this children's birthday card, which will be winging its way to a small person very soon, and I'm going to recreate it. I'm just going to change the colours up. So I've used the birthday Bonanza DSP, and I'm going to use the lying again. I've previously done a card using the koala bear, and I've got a project in my mind for the puffin that comes in it, but we're going to use the lion again. And one of the reasons why I like this lion is if I use these stitched rectangles and we take the third smallest, that it is possible to cut one out and you don't get anything else in it. Whereas when I did it before and I used the koala bear, you end up with a little bit of the repeated pattern in it, but this you can cut it out quite nicely without imposing on anything else, and I quite like that. So on this one I used the ice cream cones there as the background, and that's because the person I'm giving this to, Daddy, is an ice cream man, so that's why I chose that. But I'm going to go for the balloons on this one. So I used the third biggest, I believe. Yeah, I did. I used the third biggest to cut that piece of DSP out. And then I cut the some frames with the matching cardstock. So the first frame is cut with the second biggest and this one, and then that little frame is cut with the small fourth smallest and this one, and I'm just going to use it out of this same bit of cardstock. So I've cut the mat for the top using the largest one, and I'm going to cut another, because I don't believe I've done it, for the inside as well. So I'm going to get all those cut out. I just wanted to sort of talk you through so you could see what I was doing, but I'm going to cut them out off camera. So that's everything cut out. So I've got the piece for the middle. I just thought it would look nice if it kind of matched everything else about the card. I've got my mat. Oh, I need to cut that again. Just realised. That's my little topper in the middle. We've got our frame for that, which I cut out of the bit that came out of the centre of that. So I've got another frame there for something else. That's the frame for this. Now you could stick that on there, or you could cut another frame out, which is in fact what I did on this card. I've just forgotten to do it, so I need to cut that again. So I need that stitched square again, rectangle even, and cut that out of the centre of this one so that they're all double stitched all the way around, which I think is a really nice effect. Get that cut out. Let's just do it. So I'll show you, I have a magnetic platform which makes life so much easier. Put them in at an angle, these ones with straight edges. It stops that sort of massive jump that you get if you went in at right angles, and you sometimes find that it doesn't cut, so I'm quite satisfied that that is central. And then I've got a bit in the middle. I've got quite a few sort of stitched rectangles now cut out, and so I will probably use some of these bits in another card layered up in some way. So that's that done. And so then it's simply a matter of layering it all up. So it doesn't take too long, I don't think, to cut these out, and I just think it's a really sort of nice effect when it's done. So we just glue each of these down. I do it all separately. Bit of Tombow. Now these rectangles are designed for 8.5 by 11 cardstock, so we get a bigger border top and bottom. I could have cut the card down, but I didn't. Simple, I didn't. I don't mind the bit of the at the top and the bottom at all, so I could have actually cut this one down, then you could see the difference. Maybe I will. Let's and then we'll stick this one in. Quite like it's got presents on the other side. I could have chosen that one, but because the lion's holding the balloons, I thought this was quite nice. And I'd punched out balloons to go in the centre, which I will do again, because I think that's quite a nice little effect. And then we've got this. So this is Calypso Coral that I'm using, which is in, it's one of the balloons that he's holding. So he's holding Bermuda Bay and Calypso Coral, so that's why I'm doing it in the two colours, so you can see the difference. And see which is nicer, which you prefer. I guess it depends on who you're giving it to. And then this goes on the inside, and then we just need our balloons and our sentiments, and I've used one of my favourite sentiments at the moment from one of my favourite stamp sets. I did the simple sort of stamping series using it, and it is the Label Me Bold, and obviously I'm going to make this a happy birthday card, so I've got it already mounted, and when you know I haven't got the ink, always something. There we go. So it's my Calypso Coral, and I decided to split the happy and the birthday. So what I did was I stamped this twice, like so, so that I could cut the happy from one and the birthday from the other, using my long scissors and my glasses. So we'll cut the happy off there. Just cutting. Normally I leave the white border on it, but because I wanted to have them separate, I couldn't leave the white border because otherwise you wouldn't get a white border between the two words. So that one's not quite straight. So that's why I've decided to cut them out separately, and then I will mat them on top of white. You get 2 for 1, so I could do it again, except do it this way so that you've got a bit of gap. See, now on there, if you can see, there's no space really between that B and that Y, which is why I stamped it twice to allow it to look like it was done separately. Oh, wind's picking up out there. We've just been battered by 2 storms over here, and it's not abating at all. Still, could be worse. It's not like, well, it is bad in lots of places actually. Lots and lots of flooding, which is not nice to see on the news. People's homes being wrecked in that way. We've got fairly good flood defences here. We do live right next to a huge river, but that feeds the North Sea. But we're not too bad. Oh, I'm not going to stick it there. We were flooded majorly when I'm trying to remember the year. My youngest was still at primary school, and he's now at uni, so a long time ago. But that was rainfall and the drainage not coping with it at all. We put on our waterproofs and we put on our wellies, and we went for some splashes. We were walking knee deep, just trying to make a little bit of fun with it. I don't think I'd find it fun now, to be fair. I was looking around my house thinking, right, what's on the ground floor that if we did have floodwaters up 3-4 feet, what would get ruined? And I just thought, it's all right, my craft room's on the 2nd floor. I'm like. So, there we go. Ed's man cave's on the ground floor, so he'd lose all his books and things. But I'd rather suspect I've spent more money on what's in this room. Though he does have quite a lot of CDs. There we go. I do hear about people losing all their craft supplies for whatever reasons, and it's like, oh my goodness, I would be tragic, I think. There we go. I don't think the insurance company would believe me when I say how much I'd spent. So just stick those down there to give it a double layer. That's our happy. And we do our birthday. That one doesn't look very straight. That's probably I haven't cut the other one straight, and it's fine. So I want some mini dimensionals to stick on the back. Two on the happy, and I put 3 on the birthday. Probably don't need 3, but I'm going to put 3 on it anyway. There we go. And I thought they just looked nice on the side of the frame like that. I kind of experimented with it being not cut up, and I just didn't like the way it looked. I felt, oh, for balance, it needed to be like this really. I'm putting this one slightly lower down, it would seem. There we go. And then for the inside, I am just taking my balloon punch and I'm going to use just the little balloon, and I'm just cutting a Bermuda Bay and Calypso coral. It's gone on the floor. Where's it gone? Into the abyss. There we go. Always amazes me when it goes on the floor how far it actually goes. Right, and so what I did was I stuck the Calypso coral behind, because I just sort of imitated the one on the front. So Calypso coral up there, Bermuda Bay overlapping slightly, coming down, and then I've took my basic black marker, doing the nub end, and I'm just drawing the bow and a bit of a string, and there it is, all ready. So I've now got 2, and yeah, so they do actually look a little bit different with the different colours, and obviously I've changed the background, but I do think it's quite a fun children's card, and yeah, you know, it was girls and boys. You could say that was a boys and that was a girls. That could be a boy, that could be a girl, whichever. I don't usually go in for gender stereotyping myself. But yeah, so that's my 2 cards. So if you want to see the details, they'll all be on my blog coming up there, and I will link to the original blog hop as well, so you can go and see what other children's things that people have made. I always find that sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not really sure. Some of our stamp sets and that are a little bit adult, whereas obviously this one's very children-like. So yeah, please like and subscribe and go and explore some more. Bye for now.